Hi, my name is Kevin Speakerman. I'm here today to inform you about the hazards of texting while driving. Some statistics that I have come across while texting while driving. In the year 2011, 1.3 million people were in auto accidents. 300,000 plus injuries occurred from those accidents, which averaged to approximately about 9 people killed every day. Texting while driving makes you 23 times more likely to have an accident. Pretty staggering statistics there. 1 in 4 motor vehicle accidents involve a cell phone. That's 40%. Okay. Why is texting while driving so dangerous? There are 3 main distractions: visual, cognitive, and manual. Visual basically meaning your eyes not focused on the road, you're looking at somewhere else. Manual meaning your hands on the steering wheel at all times. And cognitive just means your mind not being on the road. Your mind is not focused on the task you are doing. In 2013, 153.3 billion text messages were sent in the U.S. every month. A lot of text messages. According to the National Highway Safety and Transportation Administration, in 2008, 5,870 people lost their lives. And an estimated 515,000 people were injured in police-reported crashes involving a distracted driver. An estimated 21% of those drivers of all injury crashes were reported to have involved a distracted driver. In 2008, 5,501 drivers were reported as distracted in the 5,331 fatal crashes involving a distracted driver. The portion of drivers reportedly distracted at the time of the crash increased from 8% in 2004 to 11% in 2008. Also, according to the Federal Communications Commission, in 2012, driver distraction was the cause of 18% of all fatal crashes, with 3,328 people killed and 421,000 injured. A scary fact is, if you have kids, like I do, I'm sure some of you do, 40% of all American teens say they have been in a car, whether behind the wheel or in the passenger seat, while the driver was using a cell phone. Pretty scary. It makes me not want to give my kids a driver's license. 11% of drivers between the ages of 18 and 20 who were involved in an accident and survived admitted they were sending or receiving a text message at the time of the crash. So, how big a problem is texting and driving? Well, some most recent studies have shown that texting and driving is the same as drinking 4 beers and driving. Driving blindfolded across a football field at 55 miles an hour for 5 seconds. That's how long it takes. That's how far you travel in 5 seconds if you're looking down. You've traveled the distance of a football field. Football field, 100 yards, that's pretty big. You're 6 times more likely to cause an accident than driving intoxicated. Over 30% of people involved at the ages of 18 to 64 admitted to texting while driving. So what's being done to stop this from happening? Majority of the states have made illegal to use a cellular device while behind the wheel of a car. Although not all the states have laws pertaining to that. There are fines ranging anywhere from $20 to up to $10,000, depending on the state. Alaska is the highest state. Teach people about the dangers of texting and driving. Commercials showing the results. You see them on TV all the time of what happens when texting while driving. The government is prohibiting federal employees from texting on using government business equipment, their government vehicles. Employees cannot have their cell phones anywhere in their vicinity when they're using the government equipment. So fines and penalties don't scare everyone. So what else can we do? What can you do on a personal level? Number one is end all your conversations before you get in a car. If you're on your phone, hang it up. Leave your phone in the trunk or the glove box. That's not something I always think of when I get in my car, to put my phone in my trunk, but hey, if it works. Explain to your kids the dangers of texting while driving. A good example would be saying, on the road, off the phone. Another thing would be to lead by example. Kids learn from their parents' behaviors. So you show your kids that you don't use your phone, they're most likely not. And most importantly, take the pledge. Don't text and drive. I know in my experience, I recently, a few years ago, attended a funeral for a coworker who was my boss, whose 16-year-old daughter was killed because she was texting and driving. So it kind of, and I've worked with this gentleman 5-6 years, so it kind of hit home, and it was a wake-up call, basically. So in conclusion, I hope you've learned some of the dangers about texting while driving. This has become a big issue, as you all know, in our country, and only we can take the necessary steps to prevent any further accidents from happening. Thank you.